this is Gina, and I am in rainy New York. It's been a while since I posted, and I do apologize, guys. There's just been so much going on, and you know, it's like I wake up every day and I think, oh, I need to make a video, I need to do an update, let you guys know I'm still alive, I'm still here, and then things just seem to spiral out of control. So this is going to be kind of a life update. I'll show a few things, but this won't be a tutorial video. So if you're looking for that, I apologize now, and I'll spare you the time. This is just for the people who are questioning if I'm okay and what's happened to me. So, as I said, I am in New York, and if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I live full-time on the road in a 30-foot travel trailer. That sounds really glamorous, I know, but the truth of the matter is it's not a fun, easy lifestyle as you think it is. There's always the worry of where am I going to be able to stay tonight with the escalating costs. We've been forced to take full-time work again, and so I am camp hosting in New York in the Adirondack Mountain. This is a part of the country I've not spent a lot of time in. I've only passed through going to other destinations, so it was a great opportunity for us to check this area out. The downside is the weather has been absolutely awful since we've been here. We arrived here at the beginning of April. There was still snow on the ground. We had to work to get the campsite ready and open for Memorial Day weekend, and since then it's been kind of a washout summer so far, but I still love the area. New York has been such an amazing surprise to me. It's an area that I think is so underrated, so we've loved it. We love that. So I staying busy working full-time with this job, and in between I've been working on some projects which you're going to see here. I've spent a lot of time working in my own journal, which I may actually give you guys a little flip through of that. I know it's a very, my journaling style is very eclectic, and so it might not appeal to many of you, but for me it's just a memory keeper of where we've been, what we're doing, versus the journals that I create, which tend to be, I call it rustic chic. Not too shabby, but not grungy either. So that's a little bit about what's been happening, guys. As we left off, I think my last video 4 months ago was in anticipation of my grandchild. He was born 3 weeks premature, but no complications, thank goodness. My daughter was able to have a natural birth, so that was great. He's just a beautiful child. I went down. I didn't make it to the labor and delivery, unfortunately, and I'm very sad about that. But I got down a week after he was born and gave them a bit of time to kind of, you know, get to know the new person living in their house. So it gave them a week, you know, before I went piling in on them. But I spent 3 weeks with them and had a lot of good quality time. I'm going to go in August. I'm going to fly down for a week and see him because he's changing so much. Oh, yeah, it makes me kind of sad because I feel like I'm missing out on some really, you know, critical periods of time, but I just don't have any choice. I mean, financially, I just have to keep working. So here we are. What am I doing? As I said, I work 4 days a week, 3 days off, and a couple of those days it's just laundry, grocery shops. You have a very small refrigerator in an RV, so that presents. Sometimes you have to go to the grocery store a couple of times a week because Paul and I try to eat really healthy, which means a lot of fresh produce and you can't store that for a week in these small refrigerators. So it doesn't leave a lot of time for crafting, which makes me sad. And if you've seen my one of my previous videos on how to craft or live creatively in an RV, you'll see that my space is just the dinette. So that means I've got to pull out everything when I'm making something and then put it back. So it's a lot of work. It really, really is. But I love it. It's just who I am, and I'm always going to make time for that no matter how difficult. So a sneak peek. I'm not going to do a flip through yet, guys, because these are not done. This is a journal I'm currently working on, and I kind of went against my own rules again. This is a 3 signature, and I said the last time I did a large journal, which was about 6 months ago, I did that series of style of book where it's the Nick the Booksmith style, and I said then never again. But I've broken the rule again. And this is 3 signatures, so as I said, this is not complete, so I'm not going to give a flip through of this, but that's how it's looking. This is an old vintage file folder, and this is an old doily. So that's how that one's looking. I'll set that to the side. That I hope to have completed in the next 2 weeks, because I don't think in the next weeks is going to be realistic. And this is an envelope journal folio, because I've done these in the past. I've never done one quite like this. I love how it looks. And then on the back we've got a mini journal that's tucked in here. And again, I'm not going to give you guys a flip through. You're going to have to wait. As you can see, I've still got little things tucked in that I'm going to complete, but I love it. Love how that's come out. I've been working on some of these little charms, and these are using glossy accents and just some cardboard and images, so that's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of mass ephemera because of the fact that if I'm pulling out craft items, it's not so easy as when I had my studio. I could just build a journal from the start up, and I prefer to work that way, but in my current circumstances it doesn't make any sense to do that, so I'm doing much more mass ephemera makes. So this is an altered composition book, and it's not complete, but I've made this just to hold my bits of ephemera. And if I had to do this over again, there would be so much I would change about it. I would have kept the full pages. First time I've made one of these, and like I said, I learned a lot. So the next time I do it, I'll be making a lot more changes. But I'll just give you a quick little look. So these are some paper clips that I've made. And I absolutely love how those came out. And as you can see, I've made quite a few of them. These are some larger ones, and I've only managed to get 2 of these made. Actually, I made more. I put some of them in the journals already. So I have had loads of fun just taking some time for myself, and you know, I'm sure you're guilty of it. We watch YouTube, you make yourself a folder of tags you want to try, journal cards you want to try, and you never get around to doing it. So this year, along with my own private journaling, and I'm doing very few journals to sell because I just feel like this year I want to spend time on falling in love with creating again, and in doing that I need to spend some time, you know, going back and these things that were inspiring to me maybe 5 years ago that I never got around to doing, I'm now doing that. And I think I have showed these before. These are some little, I believe this is a Tim Holtz or Sizzix die, and I had created these. I'm sure I've showed you guys these, but I've got those tucked in there. These little pockets flip over, and then I've got some clear pockets here that I can tuck things into. There is just some unfinished ephemera, which is going to this week get moved into another. I'm doing a lot of organizing, guys. I feel like the last couple of years I've just been shoving things here just wherever they would fit, and now I'm trying to streamline things that I've purchased at Hobby Lobby on a whim that it's really not my thing. I'm going through and I'm starting a pile of things to just donate because I'm carrying around so much stuff that I actually is not me, and it's crazy. These are altered playing cards, and I gotta tell you guys, I have had so much fun working on these. And maybe I'll do a tutorial on these because I love them. Love, love, love these. This is probably kind of sticking. That gesso, sometimes we're high humidity here, and sometimes these get a little bit sticky. But isn't that just, I just love how those came out. Little tag. I haven't put the trim on there yet, but I've just, you know, again, these are just things I've started working on. I wanted to get the bases done, and then based on the journal that I'm working on, I can pull it out and just add the little focal point and accents that will coordinate. So what are, I'll go through and show you what I've been making. Guest checks, I've been altering some of them. This is a tutorial following Yvonne Preston. And I just think these are just the best. So cute how those came out. I had several, but again, I've been dwindling down, putting in other things. This is a tutorial on my channel that I did a little while back, and this has got several little pockets in here. And this is an altered paper clip. So if you're interested in that, just search through my playlists, and you can find the tutorial for that. So as I said, this I would probably now keep these full pages, and I haven't finished this. I mean, again, I'm just run ragged, honestly. I'm trying to come back and finalize these things, but as you can see, I haven't gotten very far. So, but I'm not stressing over it. I really have got to stop putting so much pressure on myself. These are some other little tags that I've made here. They're kind of like the triple layered ones. I think those have come out really pretty. I didn't do tutorials on these guys, and I do apologize, but as I said, I've only got so many hours left, and I want to use it for the things that I enjoy. A couple more little altered, like index cards, I guess you could say, with tabs. Okay, so I'll set that to the side, and I'll just very quickly show you my personal journal. I'm sorry if there's any movement. The RV does shift a lot when you're walking. So you may have seen this. I did a tutorial on this. This is another altered composition book with old denim that I had from a pair of blue jeans that I'd finally worn out. And this image was off of a West Virginia visitor's guide, and I don't know if you could even still get that, but I thought it was just a fantastic image. So I'm still adding bits and pieces to the front cover. I heart New York. I do love New York. 2024, and then it had originally just been, I think, Wander, you know. Alright, so I still haven't done anything here. I'll come back and do something. So this began my journey from Virginia to New York. And Let the Adventure Begin, the drive to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you've been following me, you know that I love the Amish. I just am fascinated with the life that they live, and I enjoy going to the areas where the Amish are at as much as I can possibly get to them. I wish I could live near Shipshewana, Indiana, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, you know. If that's where I'm meant to be, it'll work out, but maybe that's not where God wants me to be. So anyways, this journal, as I said, I just used a lot of newspapers, brochures. Well, I guess that's most of it. I'm not even sure if I've went back yet and added photos. I'm trying to catch up on our photos, print those out. But the problem I seem to be having is the day that we go out on a trip, I come back and I journal with what I've got, and I haven't had the time to print out the photos, which presents a problem. Have I left enough room to add a photo later? I'm a complete amateur at journaling. I freely admit that. I've only been doing it now for about 4 years, and I still haven't figured it out, but I don't care. I'm enjoying the process, and I don't actually care. So this is very busy. Yeah. If I were making a journal to sell, this would not be what I would do. It's too busy. But I like it because it incorporates everything from that area that we experienced and enjoyed. We stayed here at this campground. There's the horse and buggy. We ate at this Casey Jones. I had meatloaf, and their blue ribbon prize crumb cake was amazing. And then I just made in very small area over here. I just jotted down the highlights of it and the date. On the rest of it, I just lent it to, you know, little things I picked up from there. And this little tab on the other side, again, just a clipping out of a little brown newspaper that you pick up at the grocery store, and you'd be amazed at how many images you can find for free. Now this page, I actually love how that came out, and all that is actually is receipts. This was a thrift store receipt. This was actually going back to DC in Alexandria, a ticket from there, and then this was a movie that I went to see with my daughter when I went down to Florida. So the timeline is kind of off, but for me, I don't care. It's captured the moment, and I just think that page has come out really nice. I don't know. So again, I'm just, you know, I won't go too much detail. This is private writing, so I won't bore you with that. And then this when we got here, about 3 days after we got here was that total eclipse. And we were only about 30 miles from, what do they call it? Totality? I can't, you know, when it's a complete. So, I mean, what we saw was fabulous. And we had our maintenance supervisor gave us that. So, totality, yeah. We were only about 30 miles to it. So over here, let me just cover up my own writing there. I can't remember what I've written, so here I spent some time gardening and fixing up our site, which is absolutely stunning. This is the best campsite we've ever had anywhere. So, and then again, these are just things. We went up to Lake Placid. I jotted about that, saved some receipts from that. And then this, believe it or not, this is advertising off of some of the trash that the store got rid of. You know, when they order things, some of the packaging they take out of, and I grabbed it because we pick up the trash in the mornings and take it. So I grabbed those and came back. They're all new. It's not like it's used. And so I thought, oh, these are just fantastic images for adding. So there you go. And this is a brochure. Okay, I'm getting close on time, guys. I don't want this video to be too long. So anyways, I won't go through the whole thing. I'll just give you a quick flip through. We went to Vermont. Jersey cow. Oh, love them. We like to drink the Jersey raw milk. So we went and picked up some of that when we were in Vermont. But yeah, isn't this, I love how it came out. Again, more things. We went to Ben and Jerry's. It was a letdown, if I'm honest. A bit too touristy for me. This is just something. I'll probably come back and cover this up, but for now, where can I find? And I've just, every time a word comes to me, rest, solitude, respect, contentment, God. Where can I find God? Where can I find truth? Time to think. Things that I'm searching for, I'm just writing it down, but I hope to actually find these words in font from various magazines that I can start to cut out, and I will eventually keep going back and working on that page. I'm sorry, guys, my voice, you know, I've always had trouble with it. It's still very strained. Yeah. This is a mountain we walked up. Just, this image is actually from some coffee that I've just found. It's from Aldi. It's the German roasted blend, and I really, really like that coffee. So, and I thought the image was gorgeous. So I just, again, more journaling, maybe not relating to that, but what I did in that day. This is just a printout, and I'm just adding bits to it. What's going on in 2024, and then a bit of my journaling, and again, more journaling. Here, just a fun page. And again, every bit of this has come from magazines or brochures or the little newspapers from local areas. This image was actually out of a camp book that I picked up from one of the free libraries along the way, and I just went through. The book was pretty terrible. It wasn't very good, but aren't the images stunning? So when I dissected the book, I saved all of the images, and I've actually put them in here throughout. Another thing over here, this is a farm up in Burke, New York, that we've purchased raw milk from. And then the other thing I'm collecting is stuff that's just been, I find. And I found, actually Paul found this for me, and so I just stuck that in here from the summer. Now this is from a Daphne's Diary page, but I like the poem, so I put that in there. And you'll see I've jumped some pages here. Oh, this is something I just found. It's called Mamagami, and it's the technique of taking paper, or in this case I took a Daphne's Diary, and you add oil and you keep kneading the paper until it becomes, they call it fabric. Mine wasn't particularly successful, but I think the technique's pretty cool. So I made this tag explaining what I'd done that day, but I love that page. And this is more cut out from Daphne Diary because I've got two of the old magazines I had lent to my daughter. And she gave them back to me, and I just thought, this is ridiculous. I really need to start using the cutting the magazine up, because I don't have the room to just carry them around. And boy, I loathe to cut them up. They're so expensive, but at least I'm making use of them. Again, this is an image from that book. Another poem from the Daphne Diary, and I just, just for the fun of it, I've just done that page. Here is another day with some thoughts, and this is probably, these flowers are for, and I will share this. These flowers are for the days, weeks, months, years living under the gray skies. I want to remain positive about the world, but I find it increasingly difficult. And I won't elaborate on that because it could become too controversial, I think, and I don't want this to be a negative channel, but isn't that a beautiful page? But the reality is some days are tough to get through, guys. I'm human, and I can't always stay positive about things, and so I have to put it in writing sometimes. And this is just another day, another altered card. I backed it. I haven't actually journaled on that, but just very simple, but this is how I'm spending my time, guys. And I believe, oh, this is going back to California. Oh, we love an In-N-Out burger. And I had dug around and found this. I mean, so much stuff. I'm so far behind, but I just thought, you know what? I'm not stressing over it. I'll put it in here, and then I'll start collaging over this. But at least I've got it in here. I know what it means to me, and that's all that matters. So, lots of little pages still left to fill. And so that's how I've done it, guys. I've added in, this was some happy mail. I saved that, and I thought, well, that's a great base, and I can build on from that. So I've got quite a bit. This probably July, August, September. I'm thinking 3 more months to fill this out. And then I'm kind of thinking, what will I do next? Where am I going to go next? I need to get another journal made to start working in, but I don't know. So that's it, guys. Gosh, I can't believe I've been talking this long. So I hope that's kind of giving you an idea of what's going on. I can't think of anything else to share with you. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you're staying positive. I know it's difficult right now, very challenging times, but we got a great community here. Let's don't be too distracted. Let's stay focused on what's important. And know that I'm thinking about you guys. I miss the interaction so much. I'm doing everything I can to try to get back here full time. But it's in God's hands. The timing of it, I don't know. I don't know when we're going to be settled, but I'm praying that He'll open up the doors. Take care of yourself, and I will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.